Hello, Tim. How are you getting on with your little Healy? What's your obstacles? From what holds you back from using it as much as you would like to, as you've just shared?
I think I have to own up and say that other priorities in my life has just kind of got in my way, and I've just not made the time for it with my meditation, active and passive heart math exercise, hydration, yoga, stretching, cold shower, bath, so many things, and
Hmm.
it just slipped away from me.
Yeah, because if you see it as another practice, that's a standalone practice,
Mhm,
life is actually just too busy. And Healy is designed for busy people. So it has your back while you're busy.
mhm.
Where in the day do you just sit stationary ever while you're doing something else? How many hours a day would that
It
be?
was probably doing my job. Could
Well,
be up to 8 hours.
well, are you like in the trenches in your job so that poor Healy could get kind of like killed out in the
No,
rain
no,
and
no. It's
mud?
just no, no, no. It's just with a desk with a computer in front of me.
Well,
So
so do you think that you could consider getting paid for getting vibrated,
yes, that would be good.
right? So how could that look? Thinking of that, how could you maybe rephrase that it's just another thing to do, or that it's actually while you're getting paid for your brain and your fingers, you can also look after your health.
Yeah, it sounds really good. I can just put it under my fleece, wristbands on,
Hmm.
pop the Healy just
Yeah,
onto
and
my
everyone will
t-shirt.
ask what you have, and you can sell some if you want to. Send them my way, and I can help you out with that. I will share the commission with you.
Sounds great.
Right? It's people kind of like go, what's that? So it's quite good. So that way it can just be there for you however many hours you sit there. And you can run programs in the back of your phone because you have the pink app that will just run while you're doing other things while you're still available on the phone. The trick is because quite often, as you know, there's lots of different programs, right? So I
Oh
have
yeah.
sent you a document, which is the gold cycle from Nina, and the other cycles kind of like described at the bottom, the ones that are necessary just now. And you please print that out. So that's the first thing you do. The second one, every week, you do a review. So you set yourself an intention of what you would like to focus on. And that is one sheet of paper that, as you do it at your desk, it's right there all the time. How easy is that? It's your Healy sheet. You write down at the top what you want to do, then you go to your printout and you go like, which of that could help? And you can see if it's more of a physical problem, more of an emotional problem, and you kind of like just see, this could maybe work with that. Remember that your intention is always the most important thing, right? So you have mentioned one subject that you would like to have as a project, maybe for the next week to look at. What would that be for you?
Well, I think I just strained my hip flexor. So that was probably the most pressing thing.
Okay,
But I've got other ones to do after that.
just go for it. There will be plenty, right? So you can always work on enlightenment if you run out of all worldly things, So it's wonderful. So if you have one pressing pain, how how is that pain at the moment affecting your day-to-day life?
I can feel it when I'm walking, and I've stopped my exercising largely to avoid the hips.
Okay, just write that down, like an as in I am here now. So you do hip flexor, you put a date next to it, and you kind of like try to draw a picture of where you are just now. So that if it changes, you know it changed. Do you do
Mhm.
the same walk every day, and do you know if it hurts when you get out of the door, or kind of like half a mile down the road, or is it kind of like something specific, or is it going to the toilet that you feel it, like just on the way?
I can feel it most of the time.
So from here going to the loo, you would feel it.
Yeah, mild, but yes, I'd feel it.
Cool. Just write that down. So just that we have like a comparing apples with apples. I'm a research girl. I'm German. I want to see data here, right? And therefore, I will suggest that anything you wiggle, you write on that sheet, write down the date, when you did it, and what you did.
Yeah.
And afterwards, you get up and go to the loo and see if it feels any different. Ideally, you have a glass of water always at your hand, which you should have any. And whenever you press play, you first have some water. So you write into your journal, you press play, you have some water, forget about it. You can switch it doesn't even need to beep, right? So an hour later or whenever, you do that walk, which should be niggling, and you see if it's still niggling. A nice, simple task. Don't make it too big. Don't make it too complicated.
So write in journal, press play, have some water, and then
test after it's run. And that's your getting up, just walking to the loo or walking into the kitchen or what it is you would do anyway in the house.
And then write up. And which program, or do I just use the first for finding it?
You look at the printout that I've just sent you.
Yeah.
And we will actually just go through it just now and just go, yeah, nay, maybe, kind of a thing. We just go through them.
Mm-hmm.
Go through the pure, like through the gold program. Can you see that on your WhatsApp that I've just sent you?
On the WhatsApp.
Yeah, I just
The Healy old one is actually running now.
yeah, it's fine. So we just noticed that he was still on the old app. It still works, but it's a bit clunky and sometimes it doesn't work. The new app is called Healy 2, if you have not downloaded it. It's a pink icon with a wavy line at the bottom. But you don't need to do that just now. Yeah, cool.
Already done, ready to go.
Wonderful. So we go through the programs, which you can also see, because when you go in, they start at the bottom.
See them. Yes, pure, balance,
yeah. So that's all the names. The sheet that I've given you gives you a little spiel with them and tells you what they do. So I would like you to have the sheet handy. If you don't have it handy, I can read it to you.
That's the one you've just sent me. Pure is the ideal starting point.
Yep, that's it. So if you go a little bit further down, because that was kind of like your first month, kind of like, which you're kind of like done now. So if you go
like done it, do I need to do it again, or is
no, it's fine. You go to the programs where there's a little paragraph to each. First one's pure. I read it out loud. Read what pure says.
Pure is the ideal starting point for anyone using Healy for the first time. It can help the energy field of the organism to recover from bioenergetic effect of environmental pollutants, toxins, an unhealthy diet, and other negative factors. It works to detox the lymphatics, lungs, liver, kidney, digestion, and metabolism, and pumps to clean the body's terrain. It's a foundational detox program and can be used weekly for a year with lots of water. Best time to use 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. or 9 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Well, so the best to use is to be taken with a pinch of salt. And if it's not in your working hours, forget about it. It's not that it doesn't work at that time. It's just Nina is fantastic at the Chinese organ clock. And he knows when it's most effective. I just want you to vibrate. Just get you vibrating first, and then we kind of like make it rocket science after, right? Just get it vibrating. So pure means it prepares your body for everything else. That's why we run pure for a month before you do anything else. Guess what? You will run pure. I don't care what time. And you will have a glass of water when you run pure, like you will have a glass of water when you run anything. Does that make sense?
Perfectly.
Because if the noise in your body is so loud,
water here.
Yeah, if the noise in your body is too loud, the other programs don't stick. So pure is an essential to prepare yourself to receive any of the other programs. Does that make sense?
Yes, I have a question. How do I know if I need to do pure again?
Well, Do you feel in any way sluggish, or do you think like you're eating well, that you have no
I
environmental
feel,
pollutions, and that you don't need to clear your body?
well, we've got lots of environmental pollutants, but I'm eating well and I feel
Mhm.
pretty good.
So, as you haven't done the first month as religiously as you wanted, maybe it's a good time to just do a month pure anyway while you're hanging on it, right?
Hmm.
Cool, cool. Um, you don't have to, but it's definitely a good one. What's the next program?
The next one is care.
Cool. What does that say?
We see a weakened bioenergetic field as a reason for many acute and chronic diseases. Strengthen your energy field and immune system through appropriate exercise, healthy nutrition, and pure water. Care means caring. In other words, preventing a multitude of bioenergetic disorders. It's like a shield for the body and works with the pancreas. Best time to use is the morning, 1 a.m. to 6 a.m.
Hmm. Cool. As we don't do the times just now, what's the difference between pure and care in like 3 words?
Uh, pure is detox.
Hmm.
Okay, I can do 6. Care is care is strengthening, I think. Strengthening your energy field and immune system.
Hmm. It's that nourishing care, like it
Yeah,
feeds you,
nourishing. Yes.
right?
Detoxification
Detoxing is
versus
out. Care is kind of like balming, like giving yourself an
yeah,
extra layer of resistance. It's like
yeah.
balming, yeah. So what's the
Mhm.
next one?
Balance.
Okay.
The fine balance of the various bodily functions is very important for our well-being and health. Balance refers to the bioenergetic balance of the kidneys, circulation, lymphatic system, and hormones. It is an ideal program for a deep bioenergetic balancing of the body's energy field and physical stress. Use when you are happy and balanced at the level you like to be at to create a stable position, not to gain balance. Works well with running lymphatic, liver, circulation, meridians and fitness, and kidney meridian programs and afterwards.
So what's the specific thing about balance that's unique to
Main,
the others?
maintenance is what strikes me.
Yes. So you do it on a high, you don't do it to get high,
Mm,
right?
yes,
I
yes.
want more of that. That's the balance. If you're right next to that and you can make hand notes on that paper, I want more of that program.
I see. Yes.
I'm ordering from the universe more of what I'm feeling just now. That's balance. I'm on top of my game. Let's bottle it. Bottle
Yeah.
the good. Yeah? Do you see how they're
Yes.
all very different, but you kind of like need to go into that explanation, otherwise you don't get it. Right?
Mm,
That's why I give you that information. And that was a much, much bigger paragraph that I've learned, and I've reduced it to just that. Isn't that great? Just for you.
that's really good.
Yeah. Next one.
So we've had balance being what the program balance is for the body, being is for our soul. It should help you with emotional support, trauma, depression, works with liver, in brackets anger, and kidneys, brackets fear, for meditation. Great for meditation.
Mhm. So when you have a meditation practice, this is the one when you do your passive meditation, active meditation, right?
Mm,
It's
yeah.
clear. It's like, please run me while you're doing that. So is there any problem if you just run it for 20 minutes? But you don't need to take the bands off because they can just be on you, right? If you were to run now, then you need to switch it off out of some reason that I wouldn't know what that would be. There wouldn't be a problem. You can abandon a program mid-program and it's fine. Okay? Got it? So
That's
that's your
useful to know.
meditation.
Wonderful. Yeah, that's really good.
Next one.
Energy. Performance needs support, no matter whether you're a well-trained competitive athlete, a stressed-out manager, or busy mother. Energy should help you to bioenergetically deal with life's demands and performance. This program uses the energy of the body, ATP, that it already has, so don't push your body to give you what it doesn't have. It needs good raw materials to begin with, i.e. food and supplements, and then run it. Recharges the energy field, works well with the chakras solar plexus program, the body's charging center, and the kidney meridian.
When would you have refueled at what time of the day? That you would like whatever you've taken in and take it into all of your cells.
Either after lunch or after eating an evening meal.
Mm-hmm. So would running that, knowing that whatever you ate circulates deeply into every cell, make you choose a better lunch?
All right, so you could use it before it.
Or
Yeah.
you could know that you're making, it's like an hour program, right? You make
Mm-hmm.
your lunch, you eat it. But like if you know that, like the knowing of the program is the power of it, not just the pressing the button.
Yeah.
If you know that you put good in to get good into your cells,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when you run, what's the program's called? Energy.
The
Right?
energy,
So
exactly.
it
Yes.
doesn't give you extra energy from it just gives you the energy that you
And
put in
yeah.
available in your cells. So you don't have the slump after lunch.
Mhm.
Okay? Got that?
Got that?
Good. What else do we have?
We have relax.
Hmm.
Relax stands for harmonizing your stress response. Stress is often the cause of hyperacidity and imbalances in the mind and body. Modern life keeps many of us from letting go of our daily sorrows and, and stress, vital for achieving balance and recovery. Calming, good for sleep and fatigue. It works with muscles and brain, alpha, beta waves, etc. It's grounding, zen, better for self-connection, comforting and soothing. Works well with deep relaxation in fitness or in any of the nerve programs.
Is there anything sticking out in this program that goes like, ooh, maybe something to do with my focus?
Yeah.
What sticks out?
I think maybe being more grounded while I'm at work,
And
handling the
muscle.
stress.
It restores muscle. You have a muscle injury.
All
It's
right.
physical, right? But also, if you feel like stressed by your job, it's a great grounder. It's also
Mm,
a great threshold holder from finishing work, switching off to meeting the evening,
yeah.
right? You see that?
Transition from one
Transition.
relax and then move on.
It's a transition program. Yeah, got that?
Yeah.
Cool. Last one.
And release.
Hmm.
Pain and discomfort can be a symptom of hyperacidity of the tissue. Great for aftershock, surgery, headaches, accidents, aids in recovery and pain relief. It works with pain, the lymphatic system, circulation, and cell receptors to allow information in and aid recovery.
Ooh, if you would have known that,
Mm.
which one would you have been running?
Oh, well, I think I might have gone for this release.
Yeah, release all the way, right? Cool. So
Yeah.
you have You have also a pain program, which has like the sticker electrodes, which you can just stick on either side of your hip flexor, one down the thigh and one slightly higher. And you can actually run acute pain as well. This
Mm.
is the gold program I took you through because I don't want to overwhelm you. Run, release, check how it feels, report back.
Release.
With
Yep,
yes, yes. So in
exactly.
between each program, you want 2 hours gap because it's basically imagine it's like singing bowls or something like that. There's like a singing bowl ringing for like an hour, right? Telling your body how to ring your body. Like sing this tune. After an hour, your body sings the tune. The value is in the 2 hours after, where the body still sings the tune without the singing bowl ringing.
So that's the general useful advice there is to leave 2 hours
Yes.
between
So you
programs and
choose
you can
one when you start work, one after lunch, one at the threshold when you go home. To start off with, because you don't want to overwhelm.
so leaving 2 hours is the key. And
Hmm.
apart from that, you can do as many as
So
you
if you
can.
want to run an extra fourth program at night or in the evening because you have pain, you have something specific you want to target, you can do that, but that's really maxing it out.
Mhm. So 4 programs max, 2 hours between.
Maximum. Yeah.
Enjoy.
And the fourth program needs to be a specific program on something that is acute, an acute
Right.
program.
Fourth program
I don't
has
want
to
to
be
overwhelm
acute.
you with all the other. Let's stick to the gold program just now. And when you think you got that down to a fine art, you have your water drinking, you write down what you're doing, and you write down your results. You can expect 3 days for something to change. It
So,
can change earlier, but you always run kind of like commit to something, you run for 3 days the same. And then you can adjust it a little. Because
right.
it's no good hitting your body with like a symphony of I don't know how many different styles of music, and your body should pick it up and learn the lyrics and kind of like dance a dance on a cellular level. It's just overwhelming. That's
So,
why it's so important to have one focus. Everything you do, you say, and you can translate it all into it. It doesn't matter if it's pure, it's you're purifying yourself so you can receive healing on your hip flexor. If you run relaxed, it's because so your nervous system can relax and you can ground, so your feet can feel into the ground and your feet can be on the ground to feed your hip flexor. If you run release to release your hip flexor. It's like a language that goes with it when you press play. Wonderful. Thank you very much for allowing me to record that, and I'm sure it will be valuable for many.
pleasure. Thank you.
Zoom. So my strategy of training you up with Healy is the same strategy that I use as a coach. I don't want you to make a dependent, and don't want you to be overwhelmed with information. There's a world of information out there. You can have that. I can put you in touch with it. I have a whole file of where you can get this information from. But I see myself as a guardian of your sanity, right? It can
Yeah.
be really overwhelming and there's a lot you can learn. Where when you get stuck or have a question, if you just reach out with a WhatsApp, it's really easy to do something like this with you, right? This was easy.
Great. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Much better than a pre-recorded kind of like thing that has no relevance to you. Okay. So I would always ask you if I can record this, because if I can find someone who's in a similar situation, I would share exactly the same thing. And it's so much nicer listening to me, as most people know me and I'm familiar and I'm not American and loud and I'm not promising impossible things. And most people have put their trust in me buying these things. So I'm really happy to support wherever I can. Ask and you shall receive. That is the motto of life, the motto of the universe, and also my motto and my gift to you.
Thank you, Simone.
You're welcome.
DF.
Take a moment, recap.
So
Summary.
let me recap if I've got this right. So I'm going to print my PDF, highlighting the need, the program which is going to be most in alignment with what I want, and set my intention for the week. I'll do a weekly review and write in my journal where I'm at and where I want to get to. Then I'm going to highlight with the highlighted program, select it and press play, having some water close to hand. Let it play, but I can get on with my other tasks while it's happening after having set a clear intention at the start of play. When it's finished, I test to see if the whatever I was wanting to change has changed. If I was suffering a bodily pain, if that's got better, if I was suffering pain with walking, if that's gone now when I have a little walk around.
Gone no
And
better.
then write up. And
Cool.
I'm going to leave 2 hours between sessions I have to let the body absorb the power. And 3 programs a day is a comfortable amount. And if there's a fourth one, if I was being really keen, that has to be an acute, focused action. So that's what I take away. I will get on with the first one now.
And you stick with your plan for a week or a minimum of 3 days. So if it has been an injury, which you have, if you do 3 days and it's better, I would still do the extra 3 days to make it strong. To not make it kind of like something you need to then kind of like tiptoe around.
Yeah.
So always add longer. If it's something big, like for example, my massive allergies that I did a week super intensive, and that allowed me to sleep in a feather bed, which would have killed me, to be in a house with 2 dogs, which
That's amazing.
Yeah. And 14 cats, which one of them would have made me itch all over and have like asthmatic breathing issues. Like, you can't make this up. This is solid, good, and it works, but you need to be focused. You can't just press play and hope for the best.
No.
It works with the super machine between your head as much as with everything else. Super. Thank you so much. Have a lovely rest of your day.
Yeah, thank you, Simone. Have a great day too.